Palestine! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terror state! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terror state! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terror state! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more!
I think it's the video.
That's what they are. Cabinet members, councillors, they're all here.
People don't know that. They should tell us. Do you know what I mean? They should get up. You should tell us they're here.
They are.
You should let the people.
Excuse me, I'm from MiReportz. Do you have anybody who'd be willing to do a very quick interview?
Talk to Jeff or Adam.
Adam?
Yeah, Adam will give you an interview.
Thanks very much. Thank you. The questions.
Oh, yeah, well, that's good.
Could you please tell me how you would respond to people who would argue that Israel is within its rights to defend itself in the only way that it essentially knows how, in terms of what's happening in the news at the moment?
Well, obviously a country that occupies another country, another people's land, which is ethnically cleansed people from the land they live, just holding people in the longest military occupation of modern times. You can't be said to be acting, defending yourself. You know, and I think actually this turns reality on the head. And what we should say is, do Palestinians have the right to defend themselves? Because they're people who lived for generations in that land, who are being driven off, who are being under siege, under occupation. And I think the way to end the violence in the Middle East is for Palestinians to have their human rights.
Thank you, but who determines who owns the land? Whose land was it originally?
Well, I don't think that's the key issue. I think the key issue now is, obviously there are Palestinian Arabs and Israeli Jews, and what we want is a situation where whether you're an Israeli Jew or you're a Palestinian Arab, you have the same human rights. And the problem now is actually that's not what you have. Actually what you have is a form of apartheid. Because if you look at Israel, Israel defines itself as a Jewish state, but 20% of its population are Palestinian Arabs, and they're third-class citizens in Israel where they can't live on 90% of the land, which is owned by bodies like the Jewish National Fund, who say this is set aside for Jews only. And then when you go to the West Bank, you see armed enclaves where Jewish people live, in settlements connected by Jew-only roads, and then Palestinians separated, in another area, mainly under military rule. So we have to say, well, that has to go. There has to be equal rights. So I think that is the fundamental crux of the problem. If you're Palestinian, Arab or Jew, do you have equal rights? And the problem is now, because Israel's dedicated this project of building an ethnically pure state, actually, that is the fundamental problem. And we have to say no state has the right to exist as a racist state.
Sorry.
What? Sorry, I couldn't see where I was going. Sorry? That just hit me. Oh, sorry, well it just hit me in the face as well.
You walked into the lap of this gentleman, didn't you?
Yeah, why?
Why? Because you caused someone injury.
No, you just caused me an injury. Oh, we've caused each other an injury. Terribly sorry.
It's okay.
I'll carry on then where I was going, shall I?
Excuse me, would it be an offence to climb on top of that telephone booth?
It might be a bit daft if you fall off, fella. I
Okay,
don't think it's an
right.
offence.
Health and safety, not a good
Thanks
idea.
very much. Thank you. Okay. I did check with your colleague beforehand. Okay, all right. Could you please open the door for me? Well, no, I'm just going to use it to steady myself in case I fall. May I ask you to?
Please be careful, sir.
Yeah, I did check with your colleagues first. I said, would it be an offence if I climbed up there? He said, no, it wouldn't be a good idea in terms of health and safety, but it's not an offence.
It's got to go.
Right. Your opinion.
Yeah, you see in your land. I'll put it more the rest. See?